Alright guys, what's going on? Here's another day. This time I'm doing a Lincoln Navigator rear spring swap. It's an air shock suspension. So it busted out. Here it is. So it's not holding air anymore. And the customer decided to go to the spring setup instead of replacing the airbag in it. And we also replaced the axle. It was bad, so I'm gonna walk you through some of the steps on how to get it done. '07 Lincoln Navigator. Here it is. Basically, you need a 15 to loosen up these bolts. From the old one is the same 15, so you loosen those up. And then the easiest way is you gotta go underneath. You gotta release this bracket with a screwdriver. You release it, you pop it out, and then this guy here, which I think is a 27, I believe. Let's see, 27. Yep, it's a 27. So you loosen that one out, and then you should be able to remove the original airbag. Make sure that you disconnect the battery, that way the compressor doesn't turn on while you're doing this job. So this is gonna drop down, and then with the original one, you're just gonna loosen all the bolts, take all those bolts out, the ones on top, do it on the last, that way it doesn't drop, and then you should be able to take it out through here. And then on putting the spring, the new spring back in, the same process. You put in the spring in, then go up, tying it on top just a little bit to hold it in place. Come underneath, put your big bolt in, that way you don't have to mess around with that one, which is easier. Then you got to put a jack underneath of it and put some pressure on it, so that way you'll be able to line up the one in the back. You put that one in, you screw it in, you put this one in, you tighten everything up, and that's that for the air shock suspension. And you're deleting, so you're gonna be the line, that's the air line, and then this is the connector to the power on the sensor on the back. You just tie those up on the side, and you gotta shut it off on the computer on the dash. Just shut off the compressor off, that way it doesn't turn on again. You're gonna get a message, but that's just a way to delete the air suspension in the back. And then for the axle, it's a different process, but I'm gonna walk you through how to get that done. So basically, you need a ditch socket 36 for this to be able to take the old one out. You're gonna need to remove this one. I did this at the same time because it was broken and the shock was out of the way, but you need to remove this one, you need to remove this one, you need to remove the link, and this guy here. They're all different sizes. Let's see if I can walk you through this one. This one is a 21. So that one is a 21. And then you got a hammer on top of it to be able to take it out. This one over here, let me see. This one is a 21 too. But this one is different, and that's a 12 if I'm not mistaken. The link is a 12. So, and then this one, let's see what socket was. I think it's a 24 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, a 24. So that's a 24. So you loosen those up, you loosen this one, and then you kind of have to pry it open to be able to take it out. And that's being said, removing the bottom section. That's why I did it at the same time. You have to remove the bottom section, that way you have room to actually pull this thing out and be able to, you know, take the axle out from here. You know, you got to back it out, and then you got to move it to the side. So I did that with the spring off and the lower control arm off. And then the same process on the diff. You got to get a something, a lever or something, just to hammer it out. That way it unlocks from the inside of the diff, and then you'll be able to take it out from there. But other than that, the same process to put it back in. And yeah, if you guys need any guideline or anything, just let me know. Glad to help anybody. Any questions with any other car, just let me know. And like always, share, subscribe, and see you in the next time. Alright, later.